Sup, Nerdmigos? I'm the Jive talking nerd John Nordgrove, and this is Nerd Jive. So, first story of the day, the glass is back. This is pretty crazy town news. So, Project Glass, if you don't already know, got started in 2012 and got to gently introduce us to glass holes, literally the worst humans ever. But they're gone now, and we don't have to worry about that. However, Google Glass has returned in the form of Google Glass Type 2. But you probably won't see them on the streets, and we probably won't have to deal with the reoccurrence of those aforementioned glass holes, because this time it's focused on industry, the thing that actually makes sense to spend your time on. So this is the sector that's going to be able to get the most out of it, and it's going to be an Enterprise Edition product, or an Enterprise Edition style product. So the new system is specifically being used for technical support and training programs, and will allow workers to augment their work environment with helpful and instructional data. If I remember correctly from the article, which I have linked below, Boeing has been using these for like 2 years, working pretty directly with the Project Glass employees at Google to most efficiently extract this information. Yeah, it's sort of useless for me and you, but I can see the use in the form of being able to walk up to a panel and scan a QR code on the front of it, and then when you open up the panel, everything's labeled. If you point or gesture or speak at a specific piece of content, then it's going to open up for you. It's going to bring up informational data, what direction the switch is supposed to be thrown, voltage or safety regulations or things like that. I feel like it's very useful specifically for Enterprise Edition sort of systems, Enterprise Edition sort of stuff. I think that that's really where it shines. So good luck, Google. I think it's a great idea. So next up is Discovery Tech. So I really wanted to just kind of go over the Discovery Tech and talk about it. So as we all know, Star Trek Discovery debuts September 24th on CBS All Access. If you don't know that, that's fine. We're not friends. Don't worry about it. But Star Trek Discovery has been very appropriately releasing tiny little snippets. Not so much for us to have to really think or worry about, but enough to kind of keep the fans chomping at the bit, waiting for September. All right, so we're just gonna, I got a list here. I'm gonna go over real quick stuff. So first up is the phaser. So these new phasers are awesome. I absolutely love the look. The differential emitter, the 3 different emitters, is great. It's very indicative of the original design of the phasers from the Cage, like pre-TOS, as well as having that TOS vibe and that TOS feel. Absolutely fantastic. I think it's awesome the way that they have the whole thing set up. They're great. Next up is Communicators. Super TOS. They have an upgrade to the screen, which I super dig. It's kind of that like retro future thing that I dig. I really like the grid fins. That is an indication, or that is an homage to the Communicators from Star Trek: The Motion Picture, if I believe correctly. But you know, it still has that TOS black and gold sort of a thing. I like it. It's modern yet retro. It's future functional. I dig it. I think it's a great idea, and I think it's a great plan. So next up is the ST Discovery phaser rifle. And this is actually, I really dig this. When I first saw this, I was kind of like, that's not what the phaser rifles look like from the original series. I didn't include a picture, but if you look up a picture of the original series phaser rifles, they are fucking stupid looking. And that's cool, like whatever, no hate, I love TOS, but those phaser rifles are fucking insane looking. These are much more akin to the phaser rifles from Enterprise, Star Trek Enterprise, but with that sort of 3 tubes of PVC look that the TOS ones had. So I super dig those. Again, they have that 3 emitter thing, which I dig. It controls, you know, stun, kill, vaporize, or whatever. I like it. I like the functional logic. They're like, I really dig that. But it looks functional. It also looks super tactical, like borderline tactical. In all reality, I can't wait for the show to come out and for us to get proper models for these, so that way I can try to make one for a cosplay, because they look amazing. So lastly is the ship. So we finally got our official look. I mean, you know, theoretically I could still change some stuff, but the official enough look from the ST Discovery poster of the new ship. And you know what? I love it. I love the segmented saucer section. It makes sense. I love the hull. It's sleek, but in this very, like, voxel, 8-bit sort of mechanical dated technology look. I super dig it. The warp nacelles are awesome. Very sleek and slim, but not like over technological. I like the look. It's, you know, and I like the little fins at the end. It's a little JJ verse like homage or whatever, but I dig it. Yeah, I think it's great. It's such a good redesign. I was okay with the original layout of the ship. It kind of grew on me with time. I was like, all right, like everything's gonna make sense. It's cool. And then I looked at this redesign and was like, this is what I want. This is what I want out of everything. I love everything about it. It's fantastic. So yeah, again, Star Trek Discovery. Don't worry, when that starts, we're doing reviews, we're doing talks, I'm breaking it down. I'm a huge Trekkie, so that means that I get to judge every time they say something that is in-universe technology and they don't understand it, because that's what I spend all of my nerd years doing, is that. But debut September 24th. It's on CBS All Access, which is bullshit. CBS, if you ever watch this video, fuck you guys. Why would you do something that dumb to such an important thing? But yeah, get CBS All Access. Watch this shit on the 24th. It's gonna be dope. So, last thing I wanted to talk about, some movie trailers. We've had a lot of movie trailers recently, like a shitload, like more than I want to talk about. So I narrowed it down to the 5 movies that I am most excited to see. This is in no particular order. I just kind of been thinking over the last couple of days about movie trailers, and I sort of threw this together. So first up, Professor Marston and the Wonder Woman. This came out of left field. I did not expect this. So this is the life and times of the writer of the author, or the writer of Wonder Woman. And it's about him and his wife and their lover. So it's very like low-key BDSM. It's very like counterculture sort of relationship. I super dig it. There's this whole thing about the comic board judging his book for being like overtly BDSM. I mean, I know, like, you know, they're like, there's a lot of being tied up and a lot of heinous language, you know, because it's a period piece. But like in all reality, you look at those stills that they're showing you, and it's like, yeah, those are tied up chicks getting whipped and such. You know what that is. But it looks super good, and it's about sort of the double lives, the duality of existence that him and his wife and his lover, this like triune relationship has, and how that directly relates to the binary existence of Wonder Woman, where she is both a superhero and a regular citizen, and that whole hero versus private identity thing. It looks absolutely fantastic. So next up is The Shape of Water. This is the newest Guillermo del Toro flick. It looks absolutely amazing. I've watched the trailer 4 times today. That is no joke. It's so good. Oh my god. So it's about this mute lady who works in like this sort of Soviet Cold War era secret lab for the United States government as a janitor, and she they end up giving her this the extra secret laboratory to clean up, and she finds out that in this big water tank that they have, the government's holding a secret in the form of a merman, and so she befriends this merman or merman-like creature. I don't really know if they're going to use the term merman yet. That's being held by the government, and she sort of forms this relationship, this bond with him, whatever, and plans his escape and how it affects her life. It's just super artistic, super beautiful. It looks amazing. Guillermo del Toro does solid gold, so check it out. I'm incredibly excited about it. I think it's going to be amazing. Next up, The Greatest Showman. So this is the backstory of P.T. Barnum, as played by Hugh Jackman, the hugest, jackedest of men. It's amazing. That guy is such a diverse actor. Oh my god, he deserves more awards than he already gets. But it's about P.T. Barnum sort of inventing the circus and showmanship and all this kind of stuff. It looks amazing. Has a crap ton of good actors in it. It's super artsy. It looks musical. It's very like big show, bright colors kind of a thing, and it looks great. It looks like a good sort of like not necessarily children, but like that middle group, like young teenagers, young adult, family sort of fun piece. Super period, awesome costumes in it. The costumes are super fantastic, and it has some pretty interesting set pieces for a period piece. I really dig it. I think it's going to be great. Hugh Jackman's a solid lead role. I'm very excited about it. It's on my list of things I want to see. Next up is The Foreigner, starring Jackie Chan. It's about a loving father whose daughter was killed in a bombing, and how he seeks retribution for her death. So he's ex-special forces, and he thinks that the government's covering it up. Pierce Brosnan plays like the main agent for, I don't know, MI6 or some nonsense like that. And he just wants answers, and Brosnan's not giving them to him. Amazing action scenes, and it's not just kung fu. There's some good like firearm action scenes. Like it looks really, really good. Check out the trailer. All these trailers will be linked below, by the way. I haven't said that in the beginning. And the last thing I wanted to talk about was A Wrinkle in Time. So first things first, it's based on a book. I have not read any of those books. I just, somehow that missed me. Based on the trailer of the movie, I want to read the books just to get it. You know, it looks fantastic. But so this is going to be starring the three bigs, Reese Witherspoon, Oprah Winfrey, and Chris Pine. It's bearded, like, pretendo old guy Chris Pine. Oh, solid money. It's like, you're still a young, beautiful man. Why is this beard? Why are you talking like you're 1,000 years old? It's solid gold. I don't know why they're doing that. But, real good, real psychedelic, kind of twisting reality sort of visuals, but with a bit of a dark tone for that sort of, like, Disney movie. Just totally fantastical costumes, fantastical set pieces. It has this very larger-than-life blockbuster feel. And overall, I'm really interested in seeing it. The last, like, sort of couple live-action, non-canonical Disney movies that I've seen have been super fantastic. I mean, I haven't seen Beauty and the Beast yet, and I heard that was awful. But, yeah, I don't know, man. What is that? Future World or Future Town or Future City, whatever that movie was. That was fantastic. Like, Disney's been really hitting it with these live-action sort of adaptation-style films. And I'm looking forward to A Wrinkle in Time. I think it's going to be great. But, again, so, the Glasses backstory, I have an article linked below, as well as a YouTube video that sort of shows what Boeing's been treating on. The Discovery Tech, I have a YouTube video for their primary trailer below. But I recommend you follow them on Instagram or Facebook or Twitter, because that's where I'm getting this information from about, you know, those little micro releases. And for these movie trailers, they're all YouTube videos linked below. Absolutely fantastic. Yeah, man, there's so many movies this year that there's so many trailers that I wanted to talk about today, and I just didn't, because I was like, I don't want to rant on for, 30 minutes about just so many trailers, just on everything. Sci-fi, action, there's some westerns that look good. Like, there's just a ton of stuff that looks great these upcoming years, and trailers that have recently come out. But either way, I'm going to let you guys go. Like, comment, subscribe, share this with your friends, share this with your family. Let's get some more subscribers in here. If you have anything you want to bring up, comments on the things that I've said. If you've seen a trailer for a movie and you think it's going to be dope, comment below. Let me know what's going on with that. Go on my social media. Nerdjive has a nerdjive.com. We've got Nerdjive on Facebook. Check that out. We post little shorts every once in a while. I'm going to start uploading some more pictures now that we're kind of ready to rock and roll with this wasteland thing, so be prepared for that. But yeah, like, comment, share, subscribe. Show me what's going on. I've been John Norgrove. This has been Nerdjive, guys. Stay nerdy.